Welcome to the NBA Economy Show. Yes, I brought on a dear friend, a fellow Knicks fan, someone who's very passionate about his team, someone who stays current on the current events. Jay the Ronman Chozen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All
Yeah,
right. All right.
yeah,
Thank you, brother.
yeah. We're
Pleasure to
gonna
be here.
absolutely we're gonna talk the business of the Knicks, but first, our Knicks got the ultimate prize. You the champ. Tell me what you feel.
Oh, man. At first, I was numb. I didn't know how to feel. I definitely cried. I'm not ashamed to say it. Cried probably at this point 7 times. Um, Seeing Ewing dap up Cat and then hug him that gave me a lot of feels. And then Brunson hugging his dad crying. That gave me a lot of feels. Right off the top, and who I was with, what the streets were like afterwards. It's just all around nostalgia. I'll have it forever. It was just amazing. And what a series. I mean, just what a team. And I think it brought New York together. So I just feel great. I feel really, 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 really great.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were in the fields. We had a post game that night on the Nick of Time show, and everybody was kind of choking up.
Yeah,
And it's kind of like it's like a shared event between generations, basically.
hundred
So
percent, 100%. You
so
know,
like, did you feel like from the beginning of the season that like this was here?
well, I felt like our purpose was to get here. Like, what other purpose was it to? It was our next step. It was our next step. And unlike other people, I was not satisfied with hearing people say, "Well, if we get to the finals, that'd be all right." No, to me, you get to the finals. I don't know who you are, like other people are, but for me, um, you get to the finals, you win the finals, right? You don't just get there. That would like I would hate to be in San Antonio right now.
Yeah, yeah, but San Antonio skipped a few steps. They went from not in the playoffs then into the finals. So they,
They had a little help along the way.
oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I said in the finals, I said, man, we were battling aliens and zebras.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
it
Yeah.
was one of the more interesting series. Like I know there are a lot of people who always say, hey, they always blame the rest, but that was like there is like some very 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 questionable calls throughout the series.
Incredibly, incredibly. And I mean, there's a lot of reasons for it. I'm not going to call it out on the show. There's no need to. They say the best way to get back at somebody is winning.
Mm-hmm.
And we did it. So, we saw it. The world saw it. Adam Silver saw it. Speaking of who are, prophets and all this other stuff. So they saw it, and we still took care of business. So I think that's the most gratifying thing is that it was aliens and zebras and a lot of BS, and we overcame all of it.
Yeah.
I think that is the storyline.
Mm-hmm. And you know, throughout the years, everybody was questioning Mike Brown throughout the whole way. Like, is he the guy? Was the last guy the guy? But did you mess up? Is it like, were you happy with Mike Brown's performance?
Well, it's interesting that you say that. I think this whole year was about Mike Brown. Of course, it's always going to be about the players. So you take that out of the side, and it's like, what can Brown do for you, right? And not to, this is so everybody knows it's not I'm not trying to jack a UPS thing. I'm talking about literally how I felt about the coach. Like we know his history. He had a name. Was he my first choice? He wasn't my first choice. Um, I will say this. I think Brown did a great job. I think Brown wanted to be part of the fellas, but I
Hmm.
think Brown also had an excellent surrounding cast of coaches.
Absolutely. Like that, I think the Knicks kind of prided themselves on the amount of coaches that they had and the quality of coaches. And I think that's probably one of Tibbs' downfalls is like they got you like this whole they got you 3 rows
Right.
and you're like, nah, like I knew
Right.
best.
Yeah. I actually feel bad for him, like because let's just do this real quick. Flowers to Tibbs. Tibbs, you put a lot of heart into this team, a lot of energy. The man lives, breathes, not married. He's married to basketball. But when you're obstinate and you're not like for instance, every time they flashed it to over to Brown, Papa Brunson was in his ear. Or Brown was talking to, the shooting coach or the defense coach. Like that's what you're supposed to do. That's why you
Hmm.
have other coaches in every sport, you know.
Hmm.
Um, so you know, it's I will, but Tibbs did some great things for us. So props to Tibbs. But I give Brown. Well, I mean, it's hard to give him a low letter because we won the championship. But all in all, you got to take into account from the beginning to the end. You can't just say I'm going to give him a grade for the second half. You can't do that. I think that's not fair. Uh, so all in all, I'm gonna give him a B for the season, and I think that he could go up from there because it's not just him.
Hmm.
You know, I don't know how you feel about that, but
Yeah, it's a collaborative. Like it's not just him. It's a and if it didn't complete, he wasn't going to take all the blame either, because they were. It's a group project, so I think that's what
100.
they. I think that's all they wanted. They want someone who's going to listen to all the other experts that they have. So I think
Yeah,
that's why when they didn't get their first choice and they didn't get their second choice, I don't think they panicked. It's like as long as we get someone who's going to not only someone who's going to listen to the group that we got.
100%, 100%. See, that's funny you say that. So it wasn't even like uh, the Knicks' first choice. Um,
Mhm.
but at this point, hey, look, I think that he's a decent to good coach,
Yeah,
but he's a great listener,
yeah,
if that makes sense.
yeah.
And he started to, and I don't, and we're not back there. We're not in one of those 3 or 4 rows like you're saying, but he definitely improved in my eyes. There were some things about him that I would like to see more improved. Like if your guy is getting visibly clotheslined, I need you. Like Tibbs never sat down for the first half. Brown never stood up. Right, so somewhere in the middle, if we could do that, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So when
yeah.
it comes to these Knicks, do you think it's possible to repeat? Because we've seen the last 8 championships have been a different team every year. Um,
Yeah.
do you think it's possible for the Knicks to repeat?
Okay. Well, let's start with anything's possible. Okay, let's start with that.
Hmm.
Now, it's kind of a weak take, but I'll elaborate. Not only do I think they can, I think they will. Um, we have a guy who has Mamba blood and Jordan's will. And if he was 6'6", he'd be the best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, how do you get captain? How do you get the most clutch player of the year at that height the year before? How do you elevate this team? I mean, in 24, I think they would have won it if people didn't get hurt just on the will of him and what he, and not only that,
Mm-hmm.
um, but he makes other people better. Look what he did with DiVincenzo in 24. How DiVincenzo stood up on his 10 toes and was popping with him. Look how when Cat wasn't a part, Cat wanted to be a part. He didn't need the ball in his hand. He didn't need to be called 1A or any of that stuff. He just wanted to be part of the team. And that was the type of stuff that Brunson was doing.
Yeah.
So Brunson, you're talking about OG to me, who's coming into his own now, and um, I don't know if you've seen it, but there was this Bridges live where he was a little bit toasted, right? And he was so toasted. Wembiana, Wembiana, right? And it was hilarious. I was just watching before we spoke now, and well, I saw it before, but I was rewatching it. And when he said, I totally believe. He said, "You don't know JB if you don't think that he's not already in the gym, that he's not already working on next year's championship."
Yeah. He's a quiet worker.
Yeah,
He's a quiet worker. I think there's just different ways you can approach the game. I have a whole thing about Wembyama and how he acted.
oh,
Like
this is
he,
fun.
I understand. You know what? I understand what Wemby is doing, but I think what Wemby is doing is a lot what like kids do now.
Right,
They emulate what they see, and they see like the Jordan documentaries and how Jordan treated his teammates and and he was like, oh no, if I just imitate that, that's gonna make me a winner. Like no, that's imitation. Like you can't be that. There's a whole mindset behind. You don't get that.
right,
You're just being mean. You're not getting the point.
right.
You're like,
You're
so like
not getting it.
yeah, so I think he's emulating a lot of things he's seen before, and it's like, bro, you need to slow down. Like, there's steps. Like, Jordan was like 28 when he was in the. He had respect when he did that. He was running the team when he was doing that, and it was a lot more than just being mean to your teammates and being mean to opponents. They had respect for him. That's
Right,
why he could do what he did. Like you coming into league 22 years old, you can't do that.
right, right. Exactly, exactly. And he didn't even have the build up like LeBron had, right? Like we just saw this guy one day and he was picked, right? There was no build up for any of these guys, and we all know what's happening. I'm so glad you brought that up, Chris. Um, so most people don't know that Jordan didn't come right into the league. It took him 7 years before he won his first championship, right? I
Hmm.
believe it was seven,
Yeah.
and uh, so he right. The only person I can remember in any time in my lifetime was LeBron that got here comes the next guy. Because even with Kobe was a high school kid who sat on the bench and didn't start, and people don't know this, but would never have started unless Rick Fox got hurt.
Mm.
So
he played very well, but they were not going to hand him the job. He had an all-star in front of him. He had Eddie Jones
right,
in front of him. And Eddie Jones, I'm like, man, how old was Eddie? Eddie Jones was like 23.
right,
So I'm like,
right, exactly.
you have a young all-star in front of you. You're not getting playing time. And he
No,
had
you're
to earn
not.
it.
You're not. You got to earn it. You got to earn it. So he started off as a he started off playing in the small forward position
Mm-hmm.
because they wanted somebody to play. And as it goes, his next 10 games or so, he gets a double double. He plays out of control. He's, and listen, if I'm off on one or two things, this is just me trying muscle memory. So it's ironic that you say that Jordan he didn't win it to 27, and our guy is only a couple of years older than that, and he's been taking us up,
Yeah.
step by step.
Yeah.
So I really think there's such like a parity. Like it's such, you could compare them in so many ways. And
There
like I said,
yeah,
his
there's a
height. But go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
no. I said there is a lot of there's a lot of there's a lot between them, and he actually knew Kobe, so he actually
Right.
like he's not just reading the books, and he's just not whatever. It's like he knows kind of what's behind that, not just imitating a thing. I hate when kids do that all the time. They're like, "Oh no,
Oh,
executives they get up 4:30 in the morning," and I was like, "Okay, I'll be successful if I get up 4:30 in the morning." And it's okay. It's about the habits. It's not that he actually
right.
woke up 4:30 in the morning. Like if you get up 4:30 in the morning and do absolutely nothing, you're not gonna be successful.
Right. Right. Waking up at 4:30 to play 2K won't help you. Just because you got up early for 2K, it's like it's all right. Yeah, 100%, 100%. And then leadership, and like let's be really honest here. Like Kobe was surrounded by a lot of stars.
Mm.
Had a star head had some star head coaches. Had a super mega star center. Eventually, and I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to keep saying this. Brunson has the heart and the blood and the will of a Kobe Bryant, I'm gonna say somebody even crazier than that. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, a Shaq, because that man at 6 feet would stay underneath the basket and play under the basket. Was he crashing it like that? No, but he was. When I say that, it was like the will to want to be the best.
Yeah.
And ironically enough, he dropped 45
Yep.
in the final game.
Yeah. I
Jordan's
it's
number.
probably one of the more when I think of like NBA history, like one of them, I think it's the most impressive run, just because they made it seem normal to come back for a game, and it's like that's not normal. Like you go down 10, that's a comeback. Like Knicks are like 15,
Yeah, right,
like,
right, right.
and it was like, and he was coming back every time,
Every
like every time.
every
I
time.
like I seen like so like when we talk about clutch players, they always give Reggie Miller the clutch. His reputation. He's like one of the more clutch players in the game. The amount of times that he didn't hit the shot is
Right.
ridiculous. But
Uh,
he hit it enough times that man, he's known as clutch. Like you're getting a guy who's like hitting it every time. Like through the season, like through the last 2 minutes, he's been hitting shot after shot after shot. Like this year, that he wasn't even in the clutch players, and I'm like, it didn't even make sense because he hit more clutch shots than everybody else. It's just I think he makes it look boring, like how clutch he is. It, it's
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 it's scary. I was calling I said, Jalen Brunson is a horror character. Like he's not a villain, he's a horror character. He's like the guy you look at and he's way down the road and then you look back and he's 3 steps behind you and then you look back and then you're gone.
yeah. That's perfect. That's exactly who he is. And you're 100% right. They made coming back fashionable, easy.
Yeah.
Uh, and I think talking about kids who emulate things, they're going to think that they could do that type of stuff. It takes a special type to
Yeah.
be able to do that type of thing.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, and not only that, but to lead, to not like, I couldn't believe he didn't punch anybody back in the face. I couldn't believe that he didn't throw punch anybody. I couldn't believe he didn't even yell back. He stared at them. He
Yeah, he
stared
looked
at
at
them
it.
because in his mind he said, I'm telling you, it's how, like, I don't know, but I felt like with as one with Brunson while on the run, like every other fan did. In his mind, he was like, all right, sucker.
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Because the best
Well,
medicine is winning.
yeah. Cause there was that moment. I was surprised he didn't do anything. But there was that other moment when De'Aaron Fox got in his face and it was just stayed in his face. And Brunson's father is like, yeah, get away from him. Get away from him.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like he is just so competitive that he's gonna headbutt him, he's gonna do something. Like, yeah, get out of
Right.
his face. Like, get out of his face.
Right. And especially with that forehead, he would have killed him. With that, he would have killed him with that bobblehead, boy. He would have killed him. And I
Yeah.
think that's what gives him all the all the space to be able to really do what he does.
Yeah.
He's just he has it. His father's a tough guy. I mean, think about everything that went into this. We're talking about um, you know, 4-1 99 the opposite way. Spurs, the same team. Rick Brunson on the team. His son on this team. You know, Ewing gets hurt. Ewing's the ambassador on our team. All these things are happening, like, and there's too many. There's too many stories to go into this thing without being like, damn it, this is like, I got goosebumps as I'm talking. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, you probably can't even see it, but
Yeah.
they're huge. They're huge,
Yeah.
and we the way we played, OG. I mean, hitting the three after three after three. And you know what? Wembiana, Victor, good for you mushing down our captain. Good for you for doing all that. Because what you
Yeah.
did was you lit a fire up under him. And, and I know that they also, remember, we played 4 games in 23 days before we saw them.
Yep.
Right? So there was like some rust factors. There was like all these things that possibly could happen. And I mean, we made records, broke those records, broke other people's records. What a run, Fritz! You're right. I've never, ever in my life
Yeah.
seen a finals team like this.
Yeah.
Never.
I think we I think we both know why the league wanted to extend that series, but I think Jalen Brunson, like, I think like the league is his at this point. Like,
Facts.
I think there's been some like really loved players in the NBA before. Um, I think the only thing I would liken it to is Isaiah Thomas. And I think Isaiah Thomas, he actually became loved because of. Do you remember they had an ABC special that same season? Like they had like the Isaiah Thomas story, and that made him like kind of like a household name. And then he won the championship. That's why Isaiah is like in some people's minds where he is. Um,
Let's not forget the fact that he's also the one that walked up to Magic
and yeah,
on the All Star game and kissed him on the cheek and hugged him and made whatever was scary and abnormal okay.
yeah. So there,
And so, a mix of all those things
yeah,
together.
there's very like, and then what makes him very different is he is one of the right now like the NBA has been an influx with kids of NBA players, and he's
Mhm.
kind of like the first big, like, you know, yeah, Kobe, but like like I know his father and I know the son. He is the first really big one. And usually with a lot of these players, when the NBA bigs them up, they give him like the sad he came from the ghetto story and da-da-da-da. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
have that story. Like
No.
this is one of the few players like doesn't have that story, and NBA hasn't exploited it. And I think this makes him a very different type of
Right.
player than we've seen in the past.
Yeah. He's not a trash talker. He's not
No.
a his father uh you know that that's another thing is like the father's there and the father played and the father didn't have the skills he wanted, but the father was happy and crying and they have a special relationship. I mean, the young man was a winner everywhere he went. He let his game speak for himself. From high school on, he worked every day. I did that with my son, from baseball to football to everything. And what I realized that I was vicariously living through him at one point, and I asked him, "Hey, what do you want to? What is it you wanted to do?" I boxed when I was younger. I was scouted for baseball, um, and because I didn't make it, I was like, "All right, my son's gonna make it. My son's gonna make it, right?" And I think that they played it differently, because Rick Brunson, obviously, Jalen was there in the garden as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
running around, and
Mm-hmm.
then he worked on and honed his skills. With the stories of taping his thumb to his right hand so he could use his left, and yeah, there's no like you know definitely RIP and my condolences to Kat and the family. But like, there's no story for this general, for this captain to exploit, and I think um that makes it really special, really, really special, and completely different than, like you're saying, like completely different than any of the other. Let's be honest, megastar. This guy's a megastar. This
Yeah.
guy knew his touch over a 7'5" guy who jumped 10 feet and just goes over like that much.
Mm-hmm.
That's purpose. That's purposeful. That wasn't by mistake. That's greatness. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. So I think he has a I think the whole world's at him. Like through the thing through the playoffs, I said if he wins it, I said I'm gonna start calling him $1 billion Brunson because I say he's gonna make $1 billion after 30. Because I think
Yeah,
because
I agree with you.
I say he's gonna make $1 billion because I said like he's been very very smart. Like
Super
once
smart.
he came to New York, he did very very well. And Nike, I think Nike was kind of quick to say, hey,
Yeah.
we want to give you a shoe.
Yeah.
And he says, nope. He said, I want to rock Kobe's. And he said, I want to be the official ambassador for Kobe. So he's the person who wears Kobe's first before anyone else. And
Smart.
he said, like, we'll talk about later about anything else. So I think at this point with his championship, you can say, hey, now we can start talking about what's gonna come after.
Oh, if he drops a shoe now, for instance, forget about it. He'll
Yeah,
make a million. He'll make $1 billion this year.
yeah. But
Um,
like a lot of players now, like um, LeBron has like a lifetime deal
yeah,
that goes to the end of
Michael.
his life. So like he
Right,
might have a deal that goes to his end of his life as well too.
right.
So it's like a whole different conversation than
Yeah, but you
other
think
people.
about LeBron came in, got a Sprite deal for 90 million, and got a Cavs deal for 90 million. He was 18 years, just turned 18 years old.
Yeah,
I think that whoever grabbed a hold of him and said, "Hey, don't drag your friends around. Don't become who's my guy from the Celtics? I lost all his Antoine Walker. Make sure you don't, splash your money around and I don't like disrespect people. I feel bad for them actually, but I get it. I do music. I'm in the music business. I do a lot of things. People always want something from you, and the moment you don't have it, you lose it. He doesn't have that. Those people that he has play with him.
yeah,
Those right, and they're making their own money,
yeah,
so he doesn't have to carry anybody.
yeah.
Right,
His mom has a foundation. Like
right,
his like everybody's just doing their own thing.
right. Good
So
people and good people, like really
mm-hmm.
good people, like people you want to be. You want your kids to be like that. I'm a single dad. I got 4 kids. Three that live here, one in Florida, and I'm going to be a grandfather soon. I can't believe I'm saying that,
Oh,
but you know,
congratulations.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I just got a picture. It's pretty close. But I have another one going to college right now. I have a daughter in a room over there who gave me space to do this, who watched the comeback with me in what was that? The second game, the first second game
Of this series, this
of
last series,
this of the finals
four.
four.
Four is the big
She
one.
was jumping, and she just had a sweet 16. She was jumping and like jumping on me, and I can't really take that in my back. And she was like elbowing me and going nuts, and we were having a great time. We were high fiving, and of course, we had the snacks because you got to keep the snacks up. How do you keep? You can't. You got to keep. You got to maintain this. You know what I'm
Maintenance,
saying? So,
maintenance.
so yeah, it's a great story, man. Just in general, man. Such a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
So
all and who wasn't likable on our team? Who wasn't likable?
it's a very likable team.
Yeah,
Even other people, like people have told me, is like, hey, I really like this team. I like the people. They're not trash talkers. They're not whatever, and they just joke around with each other. They're not,
they
you know
love
what I
each
mean?
other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's like, yeah, it's a very fun team.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fritz, when's the last time you heard that there was a watch party in Finland? A watch party in all states. All
Oh,
states. Like I
oh,
heard there was one in Montana, there was one in Utah, there was one
oh
in
yeah.
everywhere.
My uncle. I see his pictures from Atlanta at a watch party. The KOT. We have a couple members in Tampa. They had a watch party in Tampa. They had to shut
Right.
it down because it was so packed. They had
Wow.
to they had to
Wow.
shut it down before the opening time because it got so packed. Because
Well,
on
unbelievable.
somebody put it on social media and they said so many people showed up that they had to just like no more.
Same thing happened in Miami. Same thing happened here obviously here in the city in New York. Same thing happened, I believe, in Charlotte. It just happened all over.
Yeah.
I mean, people love this team. Some people love certain players throughout the time, but people love this team. I mean, come on, for God's sakes, how many people? Alvarado could run for mayor right now.
Oh yeah. Like I
Of
like I
and
just
actually might win it.
yeah. I've told like years. I said I want Jose Alvarado on the Knicks,
Me too.
and you'll see it on Twitter, because
Yeah,
his mom will be on Twitter. His mom will
yeah,
be on Twitter. It'd be like years ago. I'd be like, hey, I can't wait till he plays for the Knicks.
yeah,
I can't wait to play for the Knicks, because just the intensity that he plays
right,
with. I'm like, he would be
right.
like awesome on the Knicks, and I think
Awesome.
I I know we'll talk about postseason, but I think the Knicks owe them a little something, because there was a lot of working between the team to even make that work.
You mean a lot of sacrifice on the players' part?
Like between teams, like it was very specific the way he ended up on the Knicks.
Oh, right, right,
Like
right, right.
it like when this doing it, the only way I say we have to trade Deuce to make it happen. Like there's no way, until they had to work with Chicago, who had to work with,
Yabusele.
and it,
Yeah, yeah.
and people are cutting players and making things work. So they might owe them a little something. Like honestly, they might actually, it might
They
be a
do.
part, there might be a part B to that.
I agree. They got like $1 million. The young, the less paid people, but I don't know if he did because he's
Oh no, he got.
contracted.
Oh no, he
Did he
got.
get it? They all
He
got it.
they all got, I think 770, 770K or something.
So in New York, you mean 440? Sorry,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So anyway, but 26% got to go to Madonna. Anyway, yeah, I agree with you. I think you know what I think he's a lifetime Nick. I don't think he's going
Yeah.
anywhere. If he could do anything about it, I think he would pay to play here.
Yeah. Think he's, I think this year he's a Nick. I think I think one of the reasons they did get him, it was for flexibility. Cause like I think there was a very real possibility that if this didn't work and it ended early, I think Giannis would be a Nick. If it didn't,
That's funny. I think we'll get to that too. I do agree with you on that. If
and
it, you mean if we lost during the
maybe,
playoffs?
yeah, maybe not during the finals, but like if you lost early, I think Giannis would be a Nick right now. I think Giannis
Hmm,
would be a Nick.
interesting. It's funny because I've listened to a few shows already of other people, and they're already talking about it. And I don't I don't have any interest.
No, but like yeah, at this point, once we've seen like past Atlanta and we saw how Cat, point Cat, and see that version of the Knicks. Oh, we're like, oh
Exactly.
no, we're not giving this up. We're gonna see how we can improve on this next year. We're gonna see what we can
Sure.
do about this next year. Like, no, we're
Sure.
not gonna give this up. For as good as Giannis is, he does
Yeah.
like two things well.
Right. Right. Two things. He dunks well, and he plays good. He plays. Listen, phenomenal defense. We could have used his defense.
Mhm.
Um, uh, but we had his rebounding, we had his blocking, we had all those things covered. But the way he gets back, but to me, how is Giannis and JB going to have the ball in the hand?
And
And
he
yeah,
didn't like the dominant point guard. Like
no,
he begged for what's his name from the Blazers, and then when he got
Dame,
him, yeah, and then when he got him, he didn't like it.
yeah,
He's like, oh,
yeah,
he
he
holds the ball
hated
too
it.
much.
Yep, he hit, and he said it. He said it. I mean, and that's another thing. I think that the way he operates. Not saying anything negative. He's a great fan. He's going to go down as a great, fantastic champion himself. But I don't know. I just don't see him. He's not a New Yorker to me. It's just not. He's not. Um, I know I'm gonna get crucified for saying this stuff, but you know what? Like, we have the quiet, great story champion, and then we have this like I need the ball all the time guy.
Yeah.
I know they both do. I think if Giannis comes here, it would take a lot away from JB's game.
You would have to change
And,
it.
and
You have to
right,
change, like,
right,
you would have to change it because, yeah, the way Giannis works is, yeah, I'm the star. Feed
right,
me the ball. I don't care what you're doing. Give me the ball. And I'm
right,
like, no, you're not. If you come here, you're not. You're not the number one. You're not the guy. I don't
right.
wouldn't
That would
want you
never
to be
work.
guy. I don't want you to be a guy.
Right,
So
right.
like, yeah,
That
I
would
think
never
that,
work for him.
yeah, I think
So
we would have changed. I think if he came, I think LeBron would have came. I think if he came, LeBron would have came, and it would have been a whole different team than we see now.
yeah, a team I wouldn't like, to be honest with you, because that's not a team that I don't want. I had a bit. I just like, okay. Look, Carl Anthony Towns. Just really quickly, Cat, since he was in the West for so long, I followed his career. I remember him being drafted and everything. He had a good career. He was a power forward, most is, and he played center when he first came out, but then he played power forward, whatever. He mixed it up. When he was able to not be the number one and be okay with it, no one held that trophy more than him. No one seemed happier more than him. And to finish the last game, this is not me like crapping a cat, right? With like 2 points or whatever it was, and a bunch of rebounds. Like, he that doesn't matter. He was playing the role that he was meant to play.
Mm-hmm.
Even on that OG tip in, who was underneath the basket? It was Cat.
Yeah.
So I think that this team is likable. I think if you brought in a LeBron to this team and the Greek Freak, I think it's not nearly as likable.
No, definitely not. So, um, do you foresee any changes happening this summer?
Yeah, I see changes. I do believe that in order to maintain, or like, you don't want to maintain. I hate that word. You maintain your grass. In order to level up, you often have to make changes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, are they going to be big name changes? I don't think so. Um, it is interesting with Cat's money and how we have to pay a lot of different people soon, but um, I think that we have a great team, but I think a few people are going to go, and we need to improve in certain areas.
Yeah.
You know, if we
Yeah.
want to repeat, we need to improve in certain areas for
Uh,
sure.
yeah. Because I mean, a couple of weeks ago, the finals is still going on, and for some reason there was, people, insiders saying, "Hey, the Knicks are definitely bringing Mitchell Robinson back. They're gonna bring Landry Shamet back." And I said, "I don't think so." And people was like, "Well,
Yeah,
they just said it. Like, what are you talking about?" I said, I don't think they're gonna bring him back." uh,
yeah,
but uh, but I don't know why. Maybe they. I had a whole video on this, but I think the Knicks have to give the illusion that everyone is coming back, and I think Dolan broke that illusion, broke the illusion, and I think I was mad at Dolan. I said, "Why would you tell anybody that you're not
yeah.
going to the second apron?" I say it ruins everything because
Right.
the whole thing is I I disagree with a lot of people. A lot of people is like, hey, if you really like a player, you bring them back on this team and you do whatever it takes. And it's like,
I
well, that's not nice. As like I said, we live in a real world. And I was like, the nicest thing you can do is to make sure someone gets paid.
right.
Make sure they get paid top dollar. And if I can't pay you top dollar, is to put you in a situation where you do get paid top dollar. That's me being nice to you. It's not me asking you to take a whole pay cut to stay
All
here.
right. A la iHeart.
Yeah. So
Right.
it's like
I definitely.
so like I think the Knicks were trying to be nice to Mitch and be like, hey, we're gonna keep you, Mitch. Mitch knows he's not coming back. But when the Lakers don't get Walker Kessler for $30 million, you know
Mm,
who's available? The
mm-hmm.
Knicks is a hey, you know, Mitch wants around 20. You know, you could have Mitch if you give us a, you know, first round pick. You know, he's looking for 22 million dollars, and that's how he gets his money. But
That's right.
if you say, hey, we're not going in the second apron, and we know that you're not going to pay Mitch, Lakers have no reason to offer him $20 million.
Yeah, I don't know why he said that unless he's trolling. And I
I
wonder because he's such a weirdo. Like he's like, let's be honest. He's brash. He's very vocal.
yeah
Um, he could be trolling. We don't know.
yeah
Is the likelihood of it? He's not probably, but if he's trolling, then we'll have whoever. Then he'll do whatever. And surprise, because the Knicks just brought in like a $500 million to the city during this time.
yeah
So there's a whole bunch of money that you probably even know better than me. The NBA guy, like that, all sorts of stuff has happened because of us. So
yeah. The Knicks are in a
I
they're in a
agree
good
with you
place right
though.
now.
They're in a
Uh,
great place, but you don't bring in somebody that you like or that you've loved for a long time. That's me as a teenager when Pat Ewing left. You know, why don't they just keep him? Well, he's old and he's hurt and he's broken. All right, well, then figure a way how to start him for 5 minutes. And I think that's called using your heart, not your brain.
mm-hmm.
Something that you don't do when you gamble, something that you don't do when you're building a team, something you don't do when you're doing stuff like that. You don't do that.
Yeah.
You use your brain.
Yeah,
So
I thought that once the Knicks never started Mitch and never played him more than 15 whatever minutes, is that okay? Knicks really think he's a backup. Knicks Knicks really never gave the illusion that he's a starter. So it's like okay,
right.
they ain't gonna pay him like he's like a very good starter.
Yeah, definitely not. There's no
Mhm.
way they're giving him. Look, there is a world where Mitch loves it here and says, "I'll take it,"
Yeah.
but I look. I don't have that type of money. I don't know. I don't know if you're a player, and this is the biggest part of it to me.
Mhm.
If you're a player that's been hurt every year of your career, and the one year that they played you like a backup and didn't play you on back-to-back games, you played 15 minutes a game, and you win a championship that year, and then the Lakers come calling, and you could take 8 million from the Knicks or whatever it is from the Knicks, and you could take 22 million or 20 million from the Lakers. I don't know about you, but I'm making a smart decision for my future, for my family, and that's that $20 million. But Mitch is a different type of character.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I want Walker Kessler. To be honest,
You know, I've been saying in the last couple of years, I think
yeah,
he's a really good player, but just the way Danny Ainge just like kind of put the price so high that it just
yeah,
wasn't reasonable. I was like, just say you're not going to trade him.
right.
Like,
But
just
just say you
say,
hate the Knicks.
yeah. It's like, oh, why would you do that? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I know. I'm with you on that. Danny Ainge is, first of all, Danny Ainge has been a pretty smart general manager, but he's also been the opposite of that. You got to go back and look. Certain moves are brilliant, and certain moves are were terrible.
yeah, he waits
Now,
too long. Like, where you hold on to something too long.
right, and this might be one
Mm-hmm.
where you know, you know, I would love Walker Kessler. I wanted him last year. I wanted him before he got hurt. I wanted him before the picks went to McHale. I wanted him for everybody. You know, but we don't know. We won a championship with this team, right? So everything worked the way it was supposed to now.
Yeah.
But after now is a different story.
Yeah.
So, and I hold my breath every time he falls on the ground still.
Mm-hmm.
And I listen, I in the beginning of the year, I said, okay, he's healthy. Trade him at trade deadline. Trade him now. Now's our best time to trade Mitch. There's somebody out there right now willing to give up their backup center and 3 picks, or a player or 2 players or something right now. I don't know. My brain was like all over the place, because now's the time. We're not gonna, his contract's over, coming up, and he's healthy. Now's the time. But then Mitch has the biggest rebound he's part of this story. So as glad as I am that we didn't do all those things, now is a completely different time,
Yeah.
and he'll always have that moment.
Yeah.
You know,
And he's a champion from now on, and he like from he'll continue to make money for like the next this contract and then another. Like he's
right?
solid. He's solid.
Yeah, he's solid, and he's young. They picked him. What is this? His sixth, seventh year. He was in the eight. He was picked 3 picks, 2 picks behind Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
2018. So I think that. But we definitely have to We have to do something.
To
My
make
my
up.
preference is to have somebody that's consistently minutes wise also could do the similar type of things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I think we're going to lose a couple people. I think the core is safe, but we're gonna lose a few people. Um, like Miles McBride could be gone.
Yeah.
You know,
He
I think he is.
I think he's for me the number one now to be gone. And it's not, hey, we don't like Miles McBride. I think it's for his own good. Like
Yeah.
the way we gave a layup to Obi, like we knew we weren't, Obi wasn't gonna come back. So he's like, okay, the best place for him could have been in Indiana. You sent him to
Mm-hmm.
Indiana, and he gets $14 million a year after that. Like
That's right.
that's a good thing we did for Obi. We didn't. Everybody's like, why did we only get 2 second round picks? Because it wasn't about the picks. It was about putting Obi in a place where he could make money. That was
Absolutely.
that was the top of priority list. So
Right. Definitely.
I think the Knicks are gonna put um, Deuce in a spot where they know he's gonna get an extension, and for the next 4 years he's gonna make some real money.
I agree with you. And it's probably going to be to a team that needs a combo guard, a 3 point shooting combo guard that maybe it's like the last piece. And instead of going into the draft to work a kid out, they'll have a young man. He's young, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that
I I've been trying to work out who I think it would be. Um,
I, I would love to hear this stuff.
like
Can't.
one of the names one of the things that keep coming up with Pelicans, because like Pelicans need shooting, and that's when Deuce is elite shooter. Also, they need people who aren't hurt all the time.
Right.
Like they have people on the roster, but they're just never available.
Yeah, they
So
have like one of the best rosters that's like hurt
yeah,
on the regular basis.
yeah. So I don't know if that's going to be the second half of that Alvarado deal, part
Yeah,
two of
right.
the Alvarado deal. But
Interesting.
there's somebody on the Pelicans who I think is could be the Mitch replacement. So Ease Misi could be
Uh,
the Mitch replacement, and
yeah,
they're pretty close in um pretty close in money, and they were shopping him at the deadline. Like they were
they
shopping him
were shopping.
hard, and
Yes, they
then
were.
they shut it down at the end. And because who offered them? A couple teams offered them 2 second round picks, and they said, "Hey, that's not enough," and they shut it down. And I'm like, okay, could that be the second half of the trade this year?
I think one of them was Utah. I think it was Danny Ainge again. Anyway, I'm not sure, but
Yeah, but like if Mitch is gone, Ease Misi is one of the guys I would probably look at replacing him with.
is he a full 7 foot? Is he a full
Six
7 footer?
eleven, 6'11".
And whatever. That's
Yeah, he's there. He's there.
yeah, yeah.
And he only makes like he makes with Deuce makes
And he's under control, right, for a couple of years.
2 years, like this year,
Two
next year.
years. I was a couple. I'm good with that. See, that's what I'm looking for. I would like to get a couple of people that still have um,
Two
maybe
years left.
3 years. Three would be optimum. It
Yeah.
depends on who it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
two would be great on the And if it's three, then they're tradable.
Yeah. Because the Knicks, Giannis would have cost the haul. Basically they were waiting. They were gonna trade for us last year because we didn't have any picks. And this summer, we finally got some picks available. And I'm like, okay, if the Knicks wanted to just go all in with these picks, maybe move up or go on a roster and pick off somebody, I said this is the year to do it. Um,
Yeah.
so there's definitely like things I'm looking at, and I'm just waiting to see what would happen. So just like Washington, like what's going on with
Ooh.
the first pick? They're talking about, hey, like Utah might give them Bailey and the second. And I'm like, what? If they got Bailey in the second, like there's like three guys who think that they are starters on the Wizards
Yes.
who just made themselves bench people. And I'm like, maybe you could get one of those bench guys.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been looking at Washington too. It's funny that you say that. Mostly because the whole AD thing, like when AD moves around for some reason. That team that he moves around with, either the team he left or the team he goes to gets the first pick, or they get right. Like it's magical. I don't know how it happens, but it really is. It definitely happens. So I'm doing my man says.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think, and here's another thing. So speaking of that, um, I don't see this team. If you're going to be chasing a second chip straight back to back, and your picks are the picks that we have, we didn't develop people in the past. I don't see us trying to develop people going forward. Are there people I would like to see on our team, like some drafts that I would like to see? Well, I'm a Michigan fan, right? So Morris Johnson Jr. I really like him.
Hmm.
Really like him. He's 6'9", stretches the floor. He's got like a 7'4" wingspan. But I think talking about like people like that, you got some people that people aren't thinking about, like Terrace Reed Jr. UConn is a center. You
Yeah,
know,
he had that game. He had that crazy stat line in the tournament.
yeah, it was almost like a quadruple, right? Wasn't it a stupid line? I forgot the line,
It
but I
was
know
like
what you're talking
it
about.
was like a crazy line.
Yeah,
Um, um,
they got some more centers. They got this guy, North Carolina.
mhm.
I don't know if he's going to go far with Visa.
So, so there was a lot of tweets going out. Or was it 2 days ago? They say, "Oh, the Knicks are definitely going to trade one of their one of their top picks." And I'm like, okay, first off, the Knicks never say what they're gonna do.
Right, right,
and
exactly.
and I think people are just kind of, it's just kind of common sense. If they get one guy that they really really believe in, they can't play everybody. Kolek needs development. You still, all these other guys haven't got development yet. So I think
Yeah,
it's
what
kind of
about the
common sense. They're not gonna go in and say, hey, we're gonna bring three guys onto this roster. Like, that's
right?
not happening.
As much as my friends like you know Rexosaurus and all these people want to build the kids, and I get why they do. It's when you have a team, sustained team, you want people who have been here and played for some time, not some young kids that are coming out of college. Not,
Hmm.
you might find them. I mean, look, Brunson was a second round pick. Very few people are going to ever be LeBron guys. Very few people are ever going to come out and be in the top um 10. That 2018 draft is a proof of it. Like, it's proof of it. That I mean, there's so many drafts that are proof of it. Very few drafts are going to be like LeBron's draft with Wade and Bosh and all these other people on the team. This draft, that 2018 draft, go back and everybody do themselves a favor. Go look at that 2018 draft, right? And see who became stars and see what we did when we picked up Kevin Knox and who
Everybody
came
but
right after it.
right,
Right after.
everybody
Yeah,
but star we got.
right. We could have had Brunson then. We could have had Bridges right there. Bridges says he thought he was going to come to us.
Hmm.
We could have had SGA. You know,
Yeah.
I think we have the perfect New York Knicks team. The likable, wonderful, non-flopping. And that is the direct shot. to the new stars. You know, we have a guy. How old is Brunson? 28 years old, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me he's the face of the league now. You know, like make him the face of the league. He's New Yorker. This is the reason why I came to New York. Good family. Make it wholesome. Make it right. You
Hmm.
build around that. You know, don't build around some sob story and all this other crap. I don't want it. Just like you said earlier, I thought what you said was right on the money. You know, but we definitely need big men.
Yeah. I there
You know,
I like some of the shooting guards in this draft.
and some
And,
SGs.
and just but I would like to move up. I'm like I want to move up. I think the one player who's in the teens, I think is definitely like when I say he's definitely going to be a very very good NBA player, Cameron
Hmm.
Carr. Cameron Carr.
Cameron Carr, I have him on my list right here too. Cameron Carr is going to be a great player.
And the one they put, and everybody was tweeting about this week is Malik Thomas. And I think he's not as tall as some of the other shooting guards, but I think if they got Malik Thomas, it would be the right idea because you're getting someone who's a number 2 on his team who plays with a dominant point guard, and then
Right,
basically, okay, like the point guard he plays with plays a lot like Brunson, so he would feel very comfortable playing like that on this team, and he's a very good shooter, and he can handle the ball. I think the handling the ball is the big thing. Like
definitely.
you need someone who can literally like take the ball out of Brunson's hands. So I think
Yeah,
he,
I think that was one of our major problems this year. Period was that not having that secondary player until Alvarado came,
yeah,
and Kolek still needs work. Remember, listen, I love. I'm going to say this. I love Kolek, the idea. I love Kolek, the player. I love the 4 years in college. Actually, it's 5 if you go do some homework. I know you know that, but I'm talking about to the crowd, to the viewers. You know, the guy could pass. He plays the best with the big men.
mm-hmm.
Kolek. Uh, I think he sees the court better, but that's because JB is a combo guard. JB is a two guard in a point guard's body with the handles of a point guard, but he is a two guard.
Yeah,
He's a combo. He's a combo guard. That's
yeah,
why he ends up with 33 and 6 assists because they're still looking for you.
yeah,
But he's the finisher,
yeah,
like the great ones we've named today.
yeah. So I think they may be on to something, but I don't think the Knicks ever tip their hands, like especially
Mm-mm.
ever since they tipped their hands with Steph Curry. I don't think they'll ever tip their hands with who they're picking again.
No, never
I
again.
can't believe they did that. They did that and like they
That
did
was
that and everybody else like start looking at Steph Curry.
that room. That was. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. Like that ruined my everything. I couldn't believe what they did. Ugh. Oh my god, my heart. But we would have anyway. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I'm gonna go with what ifs and then this and then that.
Mhm.
Can't live like that anymore. But definitely, I like the Thomas kid. I like my man. I said from Michigan. I think he's possible, a definitely possible get.
Yeah.
But then again, what my question to you is, what about what about the guys in front of them? Like, what about that we already have right now? Um, uh,
Huck Porty?
Not Huckaporty. The other Huckaporty, the son is the son of the
Association.
no, the kid, the 6'9".
Trying to think of who's
Six
in.
nine. He should play more. He didn't play more.
Let me just look at the.
Not Ariel Huckaporty. Um,
Oh, Dadier.
Dottie. The other one
Oh,
that played
Diawara. I
Diawara.
see Diawara as a small forward.
Yeah, six. Imagine that, a 6'9" small forward. So
I
that's
s-
what I mean. Like, if you get big enough for him to be a small forward,
yeah, I
that'd
see
be
him.
great.
Yeah, I see him as a small forward. I think there are a lot of people like worried about losing him, and even some of the
Yeah.
cap people. I'm not worried. Like I'm not
No, no,
worried because I don't think he would leave because I think the Knicks did him a favor. Like the
they
Knicks
did.
picked him at 50.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks picked him at 50.
Right.
So like as a second round pick, his pay was like 1.2 million. And the Knicks, like, instead of saying, hey, he would have taken it because he wants to be in the NBA and he wasn't like a high touted pick, they could have just locked him up for 4 years. You're gonna start
Yeah.
for 1.2 million. The Knicks like, we'll give you 1.2 million, and then next year we'll just sign you a free agent. You make twice as much. Like the Knicks
Right.
don't screw people over
They
too
don't.
often. So I'm like, if you think he's gonna, they did you a favor by not locking you in for a long period of time. I don't think he's gonna go and say, "Hey, I'm leaving. I'm going whatever." I think they did you a favor.
I'm
I
100
think
percent
I
with
think it's kind of
you.
implied. I think it's kind of implied is like I think he might get a little bit more. I think the Knicks maybe want to make sure that he's happy, but they may try to get him like 3 or 4 or something like that. But I don't think he's gonna up and leave.
Well, I don't. I definitely don't think he's going to up and leave. But my thing is he going to? Uh, so he's 6'9". The guy, my man in Michigan is 6'9". That's my point. Is
Oh, is he power
if
forward? Is he? Yeah. Where would
right?
they line up? I'm
Where would
not.
they line up? Are we going to actually? And we both know that they're not into building and build. Right now is not the time to start building rookies.
Yeah.
Right.
I think if they
So
got a rookie, they think that rookie's ready. I
if they
think
pick up, right,
if
I
they pick
agree.
a rookie, they think that rookie is like unless
Yeah, I
they
agree.
start giving away all the picks and then they, just have something. But I think
Yeah.
they're gonna if they go in there, they're gonna get somebody that's like, hey, by the end of the year, he's he's taking the heart starting minutes. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah. Right.
where he's at least playing. Okay, someone who can replace Deuce. By
That's
January, he's Deuce. By December, January, he's in the Deuce role where he's
right.
playing a lot of minutes off the bench.
And not only that, but coming off the bench, if especially with the kid that you're talking about, he's Deuce, he plays defense, that kid, and he's taller and he can
Taller,
shoot.
shoot,
Shoots,
handles the
plays,
ball.
handles the ball, plays D.
Yeah.
Yep. So
So I think that's
yeah,
Malik Thomas. I think that's Malik Thomas. I think that's Cameron Carr.
yeah.
And Isaiah Evans would also technically like those three.
Isaiah Evans is a big name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think this might be like one of those drafts like they played it like that quickly draft like that when we got
Yes.
quickly the Knicks were playing with the draft positions. They kept trading back and trading back and trading back.
Trading
And
back.
the Knicks strategy is we're gonna keep skipping these draft picks and one of them is going to fall to us, either Emmanuel Quickly or Maxi. And it's like
Right.
whoever's left over is the one we'll get. And they took Maxi. It's like we could have had Maxi if you weren't playing, but we didn't. They didn't know Maxi was gonna be that good.
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's how they played it. It's like, hey, we have a list. We have a list, and whoever's still on the list when I pick, that's the guy.
I'm 100% with you. Wow, imagine Maxi next to Brunson on that team. Anyway, that's crazy. See, I think that type of thing could work because of the way that they were able to move around and the way they're not so selfish. But we need a guy Deuce esque. Like he doesn't need the 25-point game. Maxi needs the 25-point game.
Yeah.
Um, but I know what you mean. Then, like then was a different time.
Yeah.
But I'm still shooting for somebody who's uh, needs to fit into the right position. I'm just looking at some names over here, and fit into that position. People, I know that people are gonna like. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. So anyway, the point is you gotta have to get used to that because that's what like dynasties are made of. Think about Sean Living. Was it Livingston? No, it was the other AI. Iguodala was the
Iguodala,
MVP
the
of the
finals.
Golden State's finals. So it wasn't the guy we missed out on. It was Iguodala. Like and then what they do? First, they got David Lee from us. First they got other people, and they upgrade. They won, and then they upgraded, and they upgraded, and they changed. They moved. No one stays the same. You want to go. You want to improve. You never stay the same. You never stay the same. Same thing goes for life. Same thing goes for everything you do. You gotta improve and change.
Yeah.
And and I know everybody wants to keep certain people because it. And I have a thing. Everybody knows me up for this. When Miles is playing like crap, his name is Miles. That's it. Because where did you get this name? Now I know his name came from his family. I know it wasn't because he was almost said dropping deuces. Um, because he was hitting shots. It was his brother's name is Trey. So Deuce is a name that they called him because his brother's name was Trey, his
Mm-hmm.
older brother. So it's not a basketball thing, guys, right? So when he's not doing good, I call him Miles. He had a lot of Miles games in his playoffs, and we could find a guy easily to fit in that spot, whether it's through the draft or it's somewhere else, and it's most likely somewhere else. And if we want to talk about like fantasy stuff, I you said the Pelicans before. I like Herb Jones. I like Murphy the third. I like all these guys. Where do they go? Who we trading for that? What are we trading for that?
Oh, like yeah, there's nothing like yeah. You would have to
Yeah,
trade McKell or something.
yeah.
Yeah, something.
There's
But
plenty of people who would do that, believe it or not. But
yeah. I mean, there's certain players on other teams like I like other teams. So
yeah. What do you think is the likelihood that we improve via the other teams, re, opposed to the
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 draft.
draft and inside Like we have to go through probably both, right?
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of spots. It depends who wants to come back, because I think things become very tight if because even in February, what's his name? Clarkson.
Yeah.
Clarkson's like, I love it in New York. He's like, it's not even about the money. He said, I might come back.
Right.
And I'm like,
Right.
I said, if Clarkson comes back, I was like, you're not gonna have many spots available. Like you're,
Definitely not.
yeah, it's like, hey, if Clarkson comes back, because remember
I
we
think.
didn't get to
Yeah.
15, because 15 is like a full roster. Like we don't hit 15 until we're about to go into the playoffs, and Sohan
Mm.
was at 15. So you have to get back to 14.
Yes.
So
Right.
you get
Exactly.
back to 14. So
That's not
it,
happening.
yeah. So if
I
it,
don't.
it
I don't see that.
yeah, so it's tough. It's gonna
I
be
do
very.
see people taking hometown cuts though, Fritz. I do.
I see some taking it.
Yeah.
Um, like some people are talking about Lady Shamit. Like Shamit, like if we wanted to, we could pay Shamit up to like 11 million. And I was like,
Right.
Shamit doesn't need a whole $11 million. That's just what the CBA
No.
say we could spend. Like if you get
Right.
Shamit 5, that might be enough to bring him back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So now,
But
when you say five, are you saying 2 for 10 or
yeah,
one for five?
like two
So
for
2 for 10.
10.
Yeah.
Like
Give him a little security, right? Give him a little bit of security
two for
and throw
10.
him a couple dollars. Right.
You know, hey, get him a few commercials. Make sure he's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Make sure he gets hooked up.
Yeah, they will. This team is so lovable. They love Shamit too. It's like, and you know what? I'm going to say this is another thing I'm going to say because of the play of Shamit and the lacking thereof of Miles. I think it makes it easier.
Yeah.
He's a good defender. He's a solid shooter. He's a gamer. He's aggressive. He's now become a New Yorker. Yeah, I don't know his background. I don't know if you do where he's from, like his
Oh, other teams he's
ethnicity.
played. No, I
No,
don't.
no, I know the other teams he's played for. They were quite a bit. But when I think about where we could pitch him more money, it could be through wherever he's from or something else like that. And I don't think he wants to go anywhere. I
No.
You ask me, I think that he would take 3 million per to
He
stay.
he di-
But
he didn't flinch last summer. He was the last
no.
signing. Cause
Yep.
everybody's like, oh, like who's gonna sign Landry Shamet? He said, I'm waiting for the Knicks.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what happens with the Knicks. I think the Knicks let him know, like, hey, you're the last thing we're getting. But he wasn't guaranteed anything. I think he just no. He knows he gonna make it, but
Right. I think that Malcolm Brogdon thing was a throw off. Like they knew that Malcolm was not gonna make the cut, nor Malcolm really wanted to play anymore. He just said, "Let me come in here. If I'm here, you know." Imagine we took him and he just couldn't do anything instead of
but
Shaman. That
he
would
knew,
suck.
like he was like he was going 100, and it was like you could tell, like, oh, he is giving everything out there, and
Right?
he's
He was
not
going
quite cute.
100 for a 72 Mazda
Yeah.
with the bad wheel. You're right. You're right. But still, changes will be made. I think this year, personally, I think that, and boy, I'm gonna get. We're both people are gonna not like this at all.
Like
But
I all
Mitch
like
is gone. Miles is gone. Mitch is gone.
yeah. You have to think about the future. Like most teams, the mistake they make is like not moving. Like if you
Holding
just
on.
holding on, you get too
Yep.
old, you get too expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and you see teams like that all the time. You see like 76ers, they ain't even win anything, and they keep doing that. Like they
Right.
get it's
And they
just
old as hell now.
yeah. It's like no, you have to learn when to let go. You gotta learn to.
Right. I think it's the song I sung before. It's just very, very hard sometimes for people to learn to say goodbye or learn to do that. I listen. I could sit here now with a straight face and say I'm okay with it because he won a championship. He leaves here a champion, the
Mm-hmm.
longest tenured guy. To me that none of that that mattered to me as a child. Now I want to win more championships.
Yeah.
See, now I'm starting to feel it, Fritz. You asked me in the beginning, but the longer you and I have talked, now I'm starting to feel it. We're champions. We are champions of the NBA, and I've been waiting on this all my life, and I want more. I want more, and it's going to take losing some people that people love. It might take losing some people that I love,
Mm-hmm.
but gaining some people that will eventually be loved,
Yeah.
especially if we win that back to back.
Yeah. And one thing has Leon has had a knack of finding great talent around 30. Like with these low picks, and I'm like, okay, if he can do it on these low picks, like one of these times, he put some of these picks together and go up into the 14s and the 13s and see can you pick out an all-star in that middle of that first round.
He definitely is. He's definitely not the Kevin Knox getter.
Yeah.
Not, he was that was who picked him?
Oh, that was Mills,
Steve, right? Steve Mills.
Steve Mills,
Yeah,
and the way he
yeah,
picked him is that he made four of the players play each other or something, and whoever
yeah. It was
won the spot. I'm like, and the players weren't
yeah,
even the
very
same. The players weren't even the same size. Like,
ew. Like right now, I feel kind of like gross about it. Like it makes me feel gross. What do you mean? That's what they did?
he's like,
Yeah, you guys play for it last spot. That's what we do in the park.
Kevin Knox won because he won on the pickup game. I'm like, oh,
Oh Lord, I tell you, like it's. I have a lot of faith. I'm glad you brought him up. Here's here's to Leon. Seriously,
mm-hmm,
and you could tell how it meant to him. That crying,
mm-hmm,
that emotion,
yeah.
like it's like how I feel with my kid going to college right now. It's like
I thought he
how
would
I
have
feel
spoke.
with the baby.
I thought he would have
Yeah,
spoke. Like even now, he hasn't spoken.
he's not a talker. He's Brunson. They're not talkers. Like Brunson want to talk,
His daughter talk more than he do.
right? It's
His
so
daughter,
true.
his daughter get on Twitter every once in a while and drop something.
Right, right. And even his dad said more on court when he did to what's his face from Sacramento, the big mouth that kid try to act tough with him, Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Brunson was like, "You're not tough. Come on, I know you're not tough. I coach you. I know you're not tough, bro. Stop it." So we need that type. Look, you come to the Knicks, you need to know a couple things, man. We're the higher echelon team now. We're not the same. As much as I want that bully, because that's where I came from. I grew up like that.
Mm-hmm.
This team brought the the U.S. together.
Mm-hmm.
It brought because really, let's think about something very important. It is very important. No offense to the Nets organization, but you are not from New York. You're from New Jersey. You came over here into a building. No one really takes that seriously. And I'm not here to crap on any team, but it's the truth. That's just the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But in every other sport, Mets, Yankees, Jets, Giants, Islanders, Rangers, but we have the Knicks. And was, um, I was like, yo, look what they're doing. I'm hanging out with Yankee fans. I'm a Mets fan, right? I'm hanging out with Jets fans. I'm a Giants fan. And we're like high fiving and hugging and chilling and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah, it was
salute
amazing.
to Ron.
2 million people, ridiculous.
Definitely.
And people are like, oh no, this is doesn't reach. Like they said, Yankees was like 3 million and 98, and I'm like, I said that's a whole different world back then. I said we had no security features.
Right.
This is before 9/11. This is before they
Right.
patting everybody down. So I'm like,
Right.
they intentionally didn't want everybody in there. So like everybody was upset because not everybody could go. You know,
Yeah.
but it's
Also,
a
tickets, like buying tickets to this thing and lottos, it was weird. It was, I don't
yeah.
know.
But I was like the amount of people for the day and time we're in, it's more than the Yankees in the 3 million because it's it, it's a day like what we didn't have terrorism. We didn't
Right.
like you didn't worry about none of that stuff.
Right.
You didn't
Right.
worry about
There
none.
was there was no COVID. There was no COVID.
Yeah,
There was SARS, but it was nowhere near COVID.
yeah,
There was nothing like that. I think COVID was a big reason why there wasn't. Also, another reason why, not a big reason, but another reason why, whatever. But I agree with you. I think just how right now, if you had $1 million in '98, right now that'd be $5 million. It's the same thing. What you're
yeah,
saying, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and I was there. I was downtown.
For that
Uh,
like 98. Oh, for yesterday.
yeah, and I was supposed to meet up with Ron. Salute to Ron, and I met somebody that was a little bit prettier than Ron, and and I was down there with my boys, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna hang out here for a while, right?" And so I hung out for a bit, and
It was hectic. It was hectic. We
yeah,
had KOT members who came from Florida. We had KOT members come from Texas,
awesome.
and yeah, they had a hard time like meeting. but
Yeah, no, that it was definitely tough. Even I ended up going more on the east side,
mhm,
like all the way to the east side.
mhm.
She lived over there. And so like there was like but there was parties everywhere. That's what I mean. Like the further you got away from it, it was still awesome, still celebration.
Yeah. So we do have a comment here. I just wanted to comment on it. Is Marlunk 1976? He says the Knicks could dip into the second apron for one season and will not hurt them. And so in my other video is where I explain to them, well, this is not the year to do it because we know we just won the championship, and you know that big Brunson payday is coming 3 years
Yep.
down the
Big time.
line. So if I go over it twice now, I won't. I'll we'll be in that huge zone where it goes real bad. You
Real
so
big.
like you want to save all your over second aprons for when you give Brunson that money.
Yeah.
So for two
Yeah.
years, we'll be fine. Whoever's on the roster at that point, if it's Cat and Brunson and whoever, spend all the money you want for those 2 years. Money all around, And then
Right.
after those 2 years, if we're still winning, perhaps you do something crazy. Hey, lock up one of our picks. Don't worry about it. Like, but you don't want to do
Mm.
it now. You wait until that big payday till you start going over. You don't go over now.
Nah, you don't.
If the Knicks would have
Uh,
lost, if the Knicks would have
yeah,
lost, perhaps they would have went over and got Giannis and added this piece and
that's
this piece. They would have done all that. But like, no, there's no reason. If you know that Brunson is going to get that big payday in 3 years, you save that. You save that second apron for then. Because the way the apron is, it's not once. It's you can go over twice in a 5 year period.
right. That
So,
was the last thing that
so,
they in the during the last cap,
so twice
the
in a
last
5 year period.
right strike that they put together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. I think it's very easy to say that we want this and we want that, and you know, I play 2K. I say it all the time. I want this and I want that, and I'm able to get it because it's 2K. But it's different. This is different, guys. It's completely different, right? That like Cat's making $62 million, 64 million, whatever he's making.
Yeah.
We're gonna Josh Hart's money and OG just got one. Then or don't we have to lock up? Then we have to lock up. That's
Cat,
3 years down the line.
Cat can get extended.
He
Um,
can.
but it wouldn't kick in this year. Kick in. He can make it start to kick in 2 years.
Yeah.
So there's a chance he kicks it in. I don't think he's gonna take a huge pay cut. People are like, oh no, he's gonna take a huge pay cut. He ain't gonna
No
take a
way.
huge pay cut. He might take a couple million off the top, like you know how OG did. Like, hey, we take a
Right.
little bit off the top and say, hey, tell everybody, hey, I took a little bit off the top. But he's not taking a huge cut.
Nah.
He
Not
shouldn't.
$10 million. Like if you guys think he's taking 10 million off the top,
No.
not happening.
See, because
2 million, maybe.
okay, because he has to think about his future as well. So if he extends now, the money don't even kick in for 2 years, and then a year from now, Knicks is like, we're gonna trade you, and he's like, yo,
It's funny that you're saying that.
and then be like, I cut $10 million off. What do you mean you're gonna trade me? Like, you know what I
Oh
mean?
well,
So he has to
it's
think about that.
business.
Yeah. So he's not gonna do that.
They all think of it. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Listen. There's a world where Cat goes to Utah for Kessler and the other big guy and a guard.
I can see Cat
Sorry,
getting 60,
I know I
sixty
keep saying
million
it, but
dollars, but like I don't think he's taking a huge cut.
yeah, but $60 million is $3 million cut, 2 million, $4 million cut.
Yeah, like 2-3 million
That's
dollars.
nothing.
Yeah, so I could see him do something like that, but
Yeah, I
I
mean it
don't.
helps, but it's not the biggest help.
Yeah, so I don't think it's gonna be huge like that. I think it's gonna be a couple million. I think they're gonna use next year. They're gonna
Hmm.
use they're gonna use Hart. And they're gonna have
Mm,
Hart opt out. Maybe take a little less for 1 year,
yeah.
and then I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna have a little handshake agreement. Like, hey, I'm gonna take a little less so everybody can fit in, and the next year, ooh, you got a little extra. You got a
Yeah, he
little extra.
got it. Right.
He's like,
No, I'm
oh,
with
he's
you.
33 years old. He got a big old contract. Yep.
Listen, the NBA is, and I never trust anything, right? Like, I'll never forget that when the Spurs were doing really good, they ended up with like David West or something. They ended up with. I'm like, how the hell did they afford him? They just got everybody else under the sun.
Mm.
And I'm like, that was a handshake. That was a here's the black card. Here's the black card. You could go for it.
Yeah, you see,
Uh,
who was it? What's his name? Gilbert Arenas.
Arenas.
He remember he has a story with the Wizards, and he's like, yeah, but,
Yeah.
he said, man, we can't pay you exactly what we want to. You're a little short. And they said we invited. They said they invited him to a building, and he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, he said sign the contract. And he's like, he said, you see those two nice cars down there? You like them? He said, man, they're real nice. He said, yeah, those are your cars. Like we took
Right.
it
That's
off the
how it works.
contract, but those two cars are down there.
Right.
Those-
Right. Which is legal. Which is legal. Like get. Like if you go out right now, a friend
Mm,
of my friend at a church needed a car. They got a car. All you write it off on your thing is a gift.
mhm.
So it's totally all right.
Oh, with this new the aspiration scandal with Kawhi, like
Yeah.
NBA is like they can't say anything anymore. They can't say
No,
anything anymore.
man. They've
They
had
can't.
year after year, Fritz. We had gamblers. You have all these things year after year. But you know what? That's what even better about our team, guys. We don't have that on our team. We don't have any of this stuff on our team. No one's in a scandal. No one's in a bet. No one's fighting. No one's whatever. And one more thing, also, New Yorkers, when you watch the show, remember how the team act like the team out there, man. Because for the most part, like 98% I've seen have been completely beautiful to each other, completely beautiful. So don't
Mhm.
let that clip of the on the news. Don't watch the news. Don't watch the news because
Oh,
it's
you mean
just
with the fans and
recycled.
stuff?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
fans and stuff. It's recycled babble of maybe one or two incidents. It's been beautiful out here. I'm telling you, that night I was around thousands of people when we
Yeah.
won, and we were high fiving and hugging.
Yeah.
It
I
was,
think
it was
the
fun.
one clip where there was like a Spurs got beat up, like they needed to show the whole
Yeah,
clip. Because I think
yeah, the
he
whole
walked around and he was giving the New York fans a finger and he said, he's saying, whatever the Knicks and whatever this, and
yeah,
so they beat him
right,
up. And it's like, okay,
yeah,
you know better than
right,
that.
yeah, yeah. But not for nothing, they jumped a guy in in Spurs, a fan of us in Spurs. They don't talk about that,
Hmm.
and they don't show the part where they don't show the part where the guy was cursing us out or giving us the finger. They only showed the young man beating him up. Skip the news. I haven't watched the news in like 20 years.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
only watch this stuff.
Yeah.
Only get my news from podcasts.
Okay. We had a couple comments. Oh, okay.
All right.
So I'm not sure if you did a research on a lot of the players. Baba Miller in the draft. I'm not sure if you
Was
see
that the
his
guy I said
highlights.
earlier?
No, Baba Miller. He's like 7 foot, but kind of plays like a small forward, like really athletic. Baba Miller. Another one who's kind of like Baba Miller. Trevon Brazil. I just don't know if it's real or like he's just throwing out highlight after highlight after highlight, and I'm like, wow. But you gotta be more than an athlete. But athletically, those two are like ridiculous athletes.
Well, I mean, are they ridiculous athletes with ridiculous skills? Because
The one
there's that white dude who's like the dunk champion and Mick something.
oh no, these kids are tall. Like they're tall and they're like dunking on everybody. Yeah, that Trayvon Brazil, if his shot is ever like, he does shoot like 36% from three. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, like he's an athlete. He reminds me of, okay, if Jackson Hayes, you know how Jackson Hayes like jumps and dunks. If he
Yeah,
can,
he's an athletic big man. You
yeah, if
know,
he moved like a small forward, it's
yeah, he
Jackson
does.
Hayes. If it's Jackson Hayes moved like a small forward, that's what it is.
Mm. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think Jackson Hayes. Well, I don't want to go off on a tangent about Jackson Hayes, but um, I would love. My dream is that our team is like
Tall, so like a,
that team that we went 7 games against the Rocket team that we went 7 games against in 94, 95.
mhm.
Their small forward was 7 feet tall. Otis Thorpe
Oh
was the
yeah,
power forward, small forward.
hmm,
And then they had Robert Ory, who small forward, power forward. And then they had Akeem, center. And then they had two small guys, the Alien Cassell and Kenny, the don't be a Nick fan now, Smith. All right. No one's inviting you to be a Nick fan now, brother. Stay over there.
yeah. I think
Perkins,
that,
I'll take. Perkins, I'll take.
yeah,
You could be. You could
yeah.
be a
I think they do need to get bigger because like you got like teams like Atlanta,
Yep.
like
Yep.
everybody's 6'9".
Yep.
You know, everybody's 6'9". Even
Houston.
Houston, you got Orlando, where everybody's
Orlando's
tall.
terrific. Yeah.
So
Definitely.
it's like, okay, you have to start getting size because
Definitely
these
length.
teams just aren't mature yet. But once they mature, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a problem.
The Magic, especially, that was a good call. The Magic is a good call. I think that the what's his face getting hurt. I don't know if he's going to be prone to injury now because he's prone to injury already now. It's sad.
Hmm.
The Wagner brother,
Yeah,
Wagner,
yeah,
you know. But yeah, so Miller, yeah. I like I said, there's a few guys that I think that will end up um, down the line that I wouldn't mind taking. Uh, Again, I picked four. Unfortunately, all mine were big men.
and then yeah,
Yeah, they were all big men. I didn't mention Alan Graves.
hmm,
I like Alan Graves. He's out of Santa Clara. He's a forward. He's it says analytical darling who won WCC Rookie and Sixth Man of the Year. He plays with the high motor, scrappy mentality the Knicks love, making him a popular first round selection. My next guy was Taris Reed Jr. with Mitchell Robinson hitting free agency. Reed, by the way, the last name also goes well with the Knicks.
hmm,
Right, is an ideal defensive replacement. He brings elite rim protection and led the Big East in field goal percentages as a senior. So it's a 4-year player and a defensive. I think he won a couple defensive players of the. Now, for me, I think he's going to make it to the second round.
which one?
Right, like Reed
Terrace. Yeah,
Jr.
yeah they think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, he's not. I don't see. No one's really talking about him. Morris Johnson Jr.
I've been seeing some people having him in the lottery.
Yeah, but then I saw some other people saying that he could go as low as the bottom of the first to the top of the second.
Yeah.
I mean, if he falls in our hands, it's not just because I'm a Wolverine fan. All right,
Yeah.
here's my story. I'm going to tell you real quick. I was scouted to play baseball from St. John's and from Michigan and from a few other schools. During the time I was scouted, the Fab Five was in Michigan. I became a huge Wolverine fan. Um, and needless to say, I didn't play for either of those schools, but those are my two favorite basketball schools. And so I'm pulling for this. I'm pulling from his physical as hell. He's got a wingspan of a center. He actually played center for Michigan, but 6'9", highly regarded for his relentless rebounding, finishing at the rim, providing perfect insurance in the front court. I like that. And then they got the other kid from North Carolina, who's probably in the same, probably less than Reed. I don't know where to put this kid. Henry Visa,
Vasa. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Vasa. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
like him. And people, I'm gonna say this. I don't like Duke at all. I don't like North Carolina at all. And I definitely do not like Ohio State at all.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not about my heart, right? It's not about what my heart is. It's about what the Knicks need.
Mm-hmm.
And what the Knicks need, if you could add, what does Randu say? Before they combine Morris Johnson, who's said to be picked between 24 and 33, but after the combine, his value went up now.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Yeah.
no, that's right. Yeah, yeah, and that's how I finished considered a lotto pick. Yeah, he had a crazy combine. Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of people with a lot of different needs, and we have three. So that's a good talking point for a second. That's
Mm-hmm.
we have three picks. Do you think that he makes a major difference and could start on a team immediately?
Who? Which one?
Uh, Johnson.
I think he's. I think if they picked him, he were a rotation. He's a rotation player.
Yeah,
Like he's not like a development player. He's learning on the job.
right. But you think that he's above? Is he immediately above the guys we were talking about earlier? That's been here for a few years.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think Huck Porty is the backup center no matter what.
And he played. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
Huckaporty, good job for those few minutes he came in. Played well. You know,
Yeah, I don't think he's
I'm
a.
not gonna do you dirty like McHale did to who did he do it to? Sohan, Sohan. Didn't play the whole damn playoffs. Came in for 10 seconds. That was hilarious. But he's a dog. He's, oh my gosh, he's a dog. Yo, it's so great.
Oh
It's
man.
so great. So what's the guard? What was the guard you were looking for? Because I want to look into them.
Okay, so there are four players I'm looking at. Cameron
Okay.
Carr. Cameron Carr, I think, is the guy off the bat. I think he could take Deuce's spot day one. Like he's in the rotation day one.
Okay.
The other player I think the Knicks really, really, really should look at Malik Thomas. It's spelled Meleek. Malik Thomas, 6'5". What's his name? He's the teammate of Darius Acuff.
Okay.
So he's next to Acuff. So he's already with the dominant point guard. Kid got moves. You know who he reminds me of? Reminds me of Jamal Crawford.
Yo, that's so funny that you were just gonna say that. Yo, I was thinking of Jamal in my head. I love Jamal. I don't know why, but the last 3 days I've been talking about that team that we dismantled to try to get James LeBron.
Yep.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love Jamal. Is one of my
So
favorite
he
Knicks of all
reminds me
time.
of Jamal Crawford. And the thing about it is he's a freshman. I think is Acuff a freshman too? Yeah, so they're both freshmen. And they're both point guards. And Acuff, since he's the better of the two, gets the job as point guard. So if he comes to the Knicks, he could come to the Knicks and he could be a lot better than what you've seen in college. Because
So
he's
Ink
Acuff is the one who's going up real high.
real
Um,
high. Yeah, yeah,
so
I know
Malik
that.
Thomas is plays next to him, and I think the Knicks are looking at Malik Thomas.
Oh, the other you're talking about the guard from Arkansas.
Yeah, the guard from Arkansas.
Okay, got you. Understood.
Okay, the
Yeah.
other two
Okay.
players I think the Knicks should be looking at.
Can I guess? Well, I think you said one.
Not high. These aren't high players either.
I think you said
There's one player I didn't mention him.
Okay.
Alex Caravan from UConn. This kid could play on any team. Like he's so plug and play. Like he literally plays like he's in the NBA while he's in college, and he could just walk on a team and then it would be like nothing.
Really?
Like he's a shooter, but he's kind of like the like the professional shooter,
Right.
like the tall professional shooter. But day one, like if the Knicks just want to say, "Hey, I just need a guy," he's just gonna play.
What
Like
what was his
he's small forward.
percentage? His small forward. What was his percentage before for
Let me
threes?
see. Let me see. I have it here. Alex Caravan, 38.6.
6'8", 230. That's a nice. That's kind of size we need right there.
He's not fast, but like, if I give
So he's like
you,
a smaller Gallinari type guy.
like Keto Turkaloo, like
Really?
that type of player, like
It's one of my favorite names.
he could just walk on the team and like, oh, okay, he's been here forever. Um,
That's awesome.
so he is that guy, and then the other one, I think they said they actually worked him out, is Zuby Ojafor. He's on St. John's, 4-year senior.
You don't have to tell me about Zuby.
He's energy, just
I've
energy.
I've dapped up Zuby. I've dapped up Zuby in Luke Seca Stadium. Yeah,
Just energy.
Zuby's
Just,
you were so impressive.
I think if they don't get what they want at 24, I think they'll go get Zuby and just call it a day.
Right, he played in New York. It'd be a good story.
Yeah, I think
know?
they'll get Zuby and call it a day.
I told you about my bigs because we definitely need a big, and I hope that one of those guys are going to land in the second. And I still think we're going to go out there and pick up another big, probably older, established,
If
does
there's
some
room for it.
things.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, depending on who it is, like if a guy, listen, you think Clarkson is going to be the only person that's ever going to say, I want to be here towards the end of my career? And Clarkson played a major role down the stretch. And then when we needed him, he was there to call. I'd have to see Zuby because I would also have to see Sochan, so whatever.
But Sohan, like,
He's a good defender.
I think he kind of got. he kind of got messed up because of Wemby.
Well, right, and when we played him, you hear his story about how he said that no one's talking to him. So.
So like it was all about Wemby when he came in. They were drafted together. It was all about Wemby, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna make you a point guard." I'm trying to make. They say, "Hey, we're gonna make Sohan a point guard," even though he
Yeah,
really was never a point guard.
and really not a ball dribbler. Like he's good enough, but he's not a ball handler like
Yeah.
that.
So like he lost
No, I
time.
agree.
He lost time there, and then they got good this year, and it's like, we just can't use you, so we'll just sit you on the bench.
Right, they kind of like Keldon Johnson. Like I
Yeah.
think all of them were in the same thing,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, Castles and Vassals and all sorts of things that rhymed
Yeah.
together came over there, and they became a different team. I
Yeah,
think
but
without
that was the
Embiid,
wrong thing. I think that's the wrong thing to do. See, that's like when you're in management. When I say you don't want to screw a player up, because basically he was supposed to get extended last year. You want to get extended a year before you hit free agency. They didn't give it to him. They
right?
basically, if they got rid of him last year, there were plenty of teams that would have took him last year. And then they sat him this year, and then he's worthless. You made him worthless, and then you end up cutting him, and then now he's like, "What am I gonna do? Get a minimum deal?" So like
He
they kind
is
of
going to
screwed
get
him
a
over.
minimum deal.
So they screwed
They
him.
did.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people I know were was dying for Jeremy Sohan to come over here. He didn't play a minute for us.
no,
Like he played a couple of minutes. I don't know why. I'm not sure why Brown
I don't.
chose that.
I think maybe they did it on purpose. He didn't seem like he was complaining. He didn't.
No,
He
he
didn't.
didn't. He definitely didn't.
He
He
didn't
cut
look
his
like.
hair. He changed his hair.
Yeah, he said, "I want to look more
Which was
professional."
right. He wanted to be
Yeah.
part of the team. I
So
don't know
like,
why they did that. I mean, there was times where I thought we could use a little more athleticism. He's definitely athletic. We can't say he's
yeah,
not athletic.
I think there's a
And
plan for him. I think there's a plan because when he left, like, remember I was telling Freezy, it's like, why did he choose the Knicks? I'm like, of all the teams, like, you could have went. Chicago was a dumpster fire. Like, if you wanted to, if you wanted time to show, just show what you can do. There was a whole bunch of other teams you could have shown. They would have, you could have went to Sacramento. Sacramento give you all the time in the world to show what you wanted to do. So
a la our guy, that Precious.
yeah. So like
Yeah,
he's intentionally coming here. They probably have like, hey, we probably got this set up for you. But yeah, if he was just looking out for himself to just get minutes, he would have went somewhere else.
yeah. I well, look, he got a ring, and no matter what, he was in for a few seconds. No matter what, he was there, right?
Yeah.
So saying, and I just thought that they would always that he would be the guy coming in for Josh and the young kid would be the guy coming in for OG. But it was so hard because you're talking about OG is one of the better to best two-way players in the game. So you can't just bring a regular guy in who's not going to play the defense on the best guy on the other court. So it was
Yeah.
very hard to bring anybody in. Now Sohan could have did that at 6'8", maybe 6'8", I think, right? And he could have did that. But I wanted to share my guards with you because I shared my centers. I
Mm-hmm.
had in order. I had Malik Thomas, so we
Mm-hmm.
shared that. I had Isaiah Evans from Duke.
Yeah, he's on the list. Yep.
Yep. And mind you, I'm not a Dookie at all, but I I did watch a lot of their games. Uh, he needs to get a little bit better, but he has a pretty for college. He has a pretty high ranking for threes. He could get better, obviously, as time goes on. Um, 6'5" guard, not bad. Like you said, Malik. Um, and that's if, especially if like Landry or Clarkson is gone.
Yeah.
Malik special 42% from three. That's special, bro. 84 from the line. Then I had Cameron Carr. Believe it or not, they're all the same as yours. There, they say he was projected to be picked between 15 and 25.
I think that's
Three,
low.
and he's a 3 and D.
I think that is
Yeah,
low. I
I
don't know
think
why, but
yeah,
I think this.
yeah.
I think that
I
kid's gonna
think
be an
he's
all star.
probably closer to 1 through 12. Well, 4 through 12,
Yeah.
maybe 3 through 12. Who knows? But you never know.
Hmm.
I've seen the weirdest things ever happen in life, so yeah, I don't know. And my other guy was, and this is going to be, I don't know, most people don't know him, but since we have a low second round pick, I wanted to kind of think out the box. And his name is Richie Saunders.
Yes, I do. I did like a thing on him, but he has a torn ACL.
Right.
That's the reason
But
why he's
I
that low.
picked
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
prior, right? He got hurt. But Richie Saunders is gritty, high motor dude,
Hmm.
sleeper pick. Um, what does it say? Physical perimeter defender.
I think we have.
Shoots a stellar. He's and they say his pick. He's gonna pick like 55th. You know.
Yeah. I think there's a good chance we like if I say something is going to happen, I think Richie Saunders is the one because I think you don't have to play him. He's gonna have to get better. So I
Right.
think, hey, I don't think that the Knicks wouldn't mind someone they don't have to play.
Right. They love that. That's what they would love because, right. Of course, that's what they would love. My
Yeah,
question is, are they going to package any of these other kids? Because I think there's a million Dottiers in the league, right? There's a million, there's no million. There's 50 Dottie, 100 Dottiers in the league. There's 100 of certain people. Are we going to make moves by doing
I
that
think
type of thing, packaging some of these guys?
Tade looks so much better though, but I still think he's gonna get packaged up.
I don't think he's going to be here. I got to be honest with
I think he's gonna go, and it's
you. Yeah.
just that yeah.
He could shoot the three, but he also needs to work on some of his moves. And how do you work on your move when you only come in? You know, he could say he played the fourth quarter of every playoff finale. But
Yeah,
how do you work on your moves?
I think it's just that you know that Diawara is here already. And it's like, okay,
Right,
Diawara is that 6'9" small forward. And it's like,
keeping him.
okay. Yeah, it's like we got Diawara now, so
Right,
we can send you somewhere else.
exactly. Whatever happened to Dink?
Dink went back to college.
That's what I okay. So that's what I
So
thought.
what so
Is coming back out now?
no, he right before okay, when it was the deadline, he
Yeah.
put out basically he gave the ultimatum to the Knicks. It was like basically I want a full NBA contract. I don't want to be a 2A. The Knicks offered to make him a 2A. He didn't want to be a 2A. He was like, I want an NBA contract. He didn't get it. He started talking to Duke. He started talking to SMU. He started talking to a whole bunch of teams. I think he's ending up where he's ending up. Um, is he gonna? I'm not sure what the team is, but he's going back to college. For, we don't have any rights to him because we didn't draft him. But basically, he was upset that he didn't get a roster spot.
Over some of the guys who weren't playing
It's just it
anyway.
was. What you're gonna get rid of Clarkson? Like it just wasn't gonna
Yeah.
happen this year. It just was a bad year for that to happen.
No, no, definitely you're right. Uh,
But
he's
yeah,
playing for Providence.
yep, yeah, I knew it was somewhere out here.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was close to here. I didn't know it was Providence. I wanted to say Seton Hall for some reason, but
Yeah,
yeah, uh, that's a shame because in Westchester he was balling, but I don't put a lot of stock in that. Sorry, I just don't.
yeah.
You
And
know.
people are making so much money in college. Who was it? The Even for UConn, like Braylon Mullins, we thought he
Yeah.
was going to come out in the draft, and basically he just went. He just told UConn if I could make as more money in college, I go back to college, and they gave him 8 million, 8 million to go back to UConn next year.
So when did that occur? Because you remember that used to be taboo. When did that occur? Around when did it
It,
occur
it's
that they
it's
paid them?
it's been on for a couple of years.
A few years though,
It's been
right?
on
Just a
a few
couple of years.
years, but like there's been like no rules to it. So at
Mm.
first, some people
There's
were
no
getting
cap.
there was no cap. There's like even
Crazy.
the kid AJ DeBansta who's coming out this year was like
Yeah.
the first one was like 7 million. It was like, whoa, what are you talking about? $7 million. But
For 1 year?
for 1 year.
See, those colleges have that bread though, man.
Yeah.
They have so much boosters.
Yeah. That's why you're getting a lot of these NBA players going to college to be general manager.
Yeah.
So like basically these programs aren't set up yet.
Right.
So basically they'll have an NBA player come in and they're supposed to get like sponsors to start getting money
Yep.
coming in. And maybe
Yep.
some of these NBA players are pulling out of their pocket at first, but eventually it's going to become a business.
Right. It's gonna become a business, but it's also gonna be met head on
Yeah.
with a lot of negativity
Oh,
because
it is already.
yeah,
Because some of these
because
kids are
aren't
like hopping.
you're a kid in college, you should be in class, and you're making $7 million.
Yeah. And these kids are
Yeah.
hopping schools every year.
Right, they're going right wherever the money is.
Yeah. It's like, oh, who's going to pay me more?
Yeah. You
Or,
never saw that in the past.
mm-mm.
Ever.
And it's like, oh, I'm not starting. And he's like, okay, you got to come back and do better. These kids, I ain't starting.
Right.
I'm going to go somewhere else.
Right. Are they doing it in football? They're not doing that in football, right?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen too
Well, I know we're
much.
talking basketball
I
here,
don't
but
see big switching in college.
no. Matter of fact, I think they get in trouble for it. So just last year, I saw somebody get in trouble for some sort of booster, like gave him something and whatever. I think that's totally twisted. If you could give a kid in your same school, let's name a school that has both decent teams, Michigan, right? Michigan, both great football and great
Basketball.
basketball. You know, and you walk around, bro. That could start a lot of trash in your school. So I don't understand,
Yeah.
especially
I s-
football players. I never understood why football players' contracts weren't guaranteed when they took the most
beating. Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I just see an article today on they said they're gonna they some people are trying to make like a like a CBA for college. Like you can't spend more than 25 million a year on players, or there's like a limit. Because some of these teams, like for Braylon Mullen to get 8 million a year is ridiculous. Is is
Ridiculous.
UConn is in the woods. you
Yeah,
guys
really, it
you guys is in
is.
the woods. Like how you making $8 million a year?
Right. And it's the girls college that does really the girls team that really does well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um
You get beat up. You say anything about the UConn woman in
yeah,
Connecticut, we don't play.
yeah. But you get a nice house on Connecticut and you live in a nice. I tried to talk my daughter to go to this. She got 9 offers. And anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But I said, go to Connecticut. It's nice, man. Go there. It's beautiful there.
Hmm.
But it is, it's crazy. I I'm really wondering. I'm reading some of the things on the bottom here. I'm just excited, like to see what's happening. I can't wait to talk about the draft, and see what we do.
Yeah,
Are you gonna hop on?
yeah. So I'm definitely doing the KOT Monday preview. But I'm definitely gonna check in with Freezy and see what he's doing. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a ring.
I think we're gonna have a clear idea of what's going on Monday, because by Monday people gotta opt in, so we know if Jose is opting into his contract. Um, who else?
Cat, no, right?
Um, no, I don't think we'll know anything about Cat. Cat has his contract this year.
His
He
contract's
is
solid.
good for this year. He can extend
Right.
it early. Like if he did not touch his contract, he has 2 more years. If he wants to end it
If
after,
he stays with this contract, he has 2 more years. You're telling me.
yeah. Um, but
Interesting.
yeah, but he could shorten it to 2, or if he wants to extend, he can make the new numbers start next
Hmm.
year.
Hmm.
So we'll see what's going on with that.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it happening. I don't know. I'm a happy Knicks fan. We won the championship. I'm excited. But I hope that people like hold on. It's a roller coaster ride about to happen. And there's gonna be a lot of people that'll be like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? This is my guy. This is my guy."
Mhm.
And unfortunately, that's how sports works. It's a business. You know,
Yeah.
it's a
Hmm.
business.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. Dow Strawberry signing with Dodgers. I cried like a baby, but it happened.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Um, so hopefully we'll see what's happening with the draft. I am going to have a draft special, I think, on Monday. So KLTs have one. I'll have my own.
yeah,
I have a draft guy I have on. So he's going to go over who he thinks is going to be the first, who the Knicks should be looking at. So it'll be interesting. So tune in if you're
I
if you're
def-
interested in that. And hopefully
yeah.
I just talked to him, and hopefully he'll be on Still Knicks fans as well. Hopefully he'll be on there as well. So
Oh, nice. On
yeah.
on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll see what's gonna happen with him. But really good kid, really good kid. He's really good at it. Um,
Awesome.
Let me
Awesome.
see. Okay, so we talked the draft, and we talked about repeating. We talked about the parade, so we're pretty much all set. Um,
Yeah.
do you have any? Okay, actually, we do have another question from Gamer Channel. Is there any shooters or backup bigs we can get in this draft? Because I cash app you. I just received it. Thank you, Gamer Channel. Good stuff.
Awesome.
So yeah, so we kind of came to the same conclusion. There are not a lot of like shooting guards in
Right.
this draft. Like they're not a lot.
No.
Not a lot. Not a lot of shooting guards who have size, and so the same names keep coming up. We mentioned who we realistically can get by going up. So you're not going to get the top guy. Cameron Carr might be in our range.
Could be.
Isaiah Evans might be in our range.
Very nice.
Um, Malik Thomas, who he's been mentioned around in Knicks circles because he is A cuffs like second to A cuff, so possibly he wouldn't be so bad next to Brunson, and he also handles the ball as a point guard previously, so that makes him kind of unique there. And
Another combo guard.
yeah, and I think that was it for like the shooting guards. And
I
then
mentioned the Richie. What's his name?
oh yeah, Richie Saunders. So Richie
Yeah.
Saunders is from BYU.
Yeah.
Really good player, but the thing is he got hurt. So I think he tore his
Yeah. He's
ACL. So that's the only reason he's listed so low is because he's hurt. And
if
perhaps
he wasn't hurt.
yeah, he'd be up there. Um,
Yeah.
so perhaps maybe if the Knicks have a couple picks, maybe they take this one and just stash him in the G League for a little bit
Yeah.
and see what happens. Um, the only other the other one was my pick. I think Alex Caravan is like walk on plug and play. He's the most plug and play. Like I have no doubt that he's an NBA player. Like I have no doubt that
I have to check him out. I have to
yeah,
check
it's
him
like
out more.
he's not like athletic. He's a shooter, like, but he can play
Right.
for any team. He can walk on to any team right now. Um,
Interesting.
and then we have big, I guess
The big
larger
guys.
players, the big guys. And
Yeah.
we're looking at mostly Mitch replacements when we're talking about big guys.
Right.
And you had Morris
I,
Johnson.
yeah. Morris Johnson out of Michigan. There was a few other from that I didn't mention before, but I'll mention the ones that I had prior. Um, I one's a forward. One they're forwards, and then there's actual centers. The centers that I picked up were how do you say Visar?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah, 7 foot plus center, elite stretch,
I
provides
think
front court punch.
I think
Uh,
it's Henri. I think that's how you spell Henri. Henri
Andre.
Vas Henri Vassar. I think yeah.
Mhm. And then you said Zuby from St. John's.
Yeah,
Zuby, that's
he got to work out. Yeah,
yep. He got to work out. He's a bruiser. I'm gonna tell you something. He is a St. John to the heart, New York to the heart. They have him going in targeted around 31 right now. I would love to see him play. Um, interior presence is off the bench is crazy. Um, then you have from the woods, Taris Reed. Uh, he is a plug and play replacement right now for Mitch Robinson. He could come in and play. He's not as his field goal was 60%. He definitely is a rim protecting, physical rebounding.
You know,
center.
what's his name? I was it you? Does he remind you of like Isaiah Stewart or
Beef stew.
Beast? I think Ojafor reminds me of Beast too.
Yeah, that's who I think he reminds me of him. I think that he has. I think he has better. I don't know. You're asking a St. John's fan, right? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I think he's better. But does he remind me of him? Yeah, he does. You remember when everybody wanted beef stew? Like, oh, we need to go get it. We need to get him. Or what was the other one? Not it wasn't beef stew. Um,
Duran.
Pelicans. Pelicans.
Oh,
Oh, I
Messi.
wanted Duran in the
Yeah.
beginning, but now after I saw how he played in the playoffs, you know,
Ease Misi or
yeah. No, we have the one that we needed from the Pelicans, but the big guy that's kind of like beef stew that guys were talking
oh,
about 6'7", 6'8". The hell is his name? It's the top of my head. I can't get it
oh
out of my head.
yeah. Let me just bring it up. I can't even
Yeah,
really.
I'm starting to feel it too. The I would say that Zuby, it reminds me of Bisu, probably a little more, a little
Oh, Zion.
tougher.
We're talking about Zion. What am I thinking about?
Not Zion.
Derek
Zion.
Queen.
I guess it was Derek Queen. What? No, what was the other kid?
Moon.
Sadiq. Sadiq Bey. No.
Sadiq Bey.
Sadiq Bey.
There was somebody who had a podcast, and he was like, "Yeah,
Yes.
the Knicks should give up 2 picks for Sadiq Bey," and I'm like, 2 picks.
I saw that. I saw that podcast, and I might have been there actually. And I saw another podcast. They were like, "We could actually give up this, that," and I'm like, "Stop it! Just stop." Um, some perimeter wings, just real quick. Some wings that we haven't talked about. Uh, uh, you got some Sergio Delaria that people have been talking about.
You
Six
know
foot
what?
six
I
from
think
Spain.
I know people were talking about him. I don't think he would ever play for the Knicks. Like I don't think his
No,
style.
he's smart though.
I think maybe it's for someone else.
Yeah.
Like okay, you know who I would see this on? I would see him on OKC.
On where?
Like he reminds me of somebody who would play for OKC.
Yeah, he's yeah.
He reminds me of
I,
somebody who play for OKC. Like I don't see him playing for the Knicks.
yeah. Maybe Indiana.
Yeah, I don't see him as a player who would play for us.
Nah, he's kind of. I don't want. I don't know. I don't want
He's like a
disrespect.
pass. He's just a passer.
Right. You don't need him on. See, but that's why I can't see him on OKC because some iHeart said it's like iHeart was asked, "What's the difference between playing between Brunson and SGA?" And he messed up, and I think that's why iHeart will be available this year. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, 100%. iHeart said, "Well, with SGA, you give him the ball, get out of the way. With Brunson, you make room for him. You get ready for the pass, get ready to rebound it, get ready to kick it back out." He had all these accolades say to him, but SGA, you give him the ball, get out of the way.
I
And
think he's like $30 million this year. I think for
yeah,
I think he's gone. I think Lou Dort is gone.
yeah, Lou Dort. How how um how do you think how giddy was Josh when they lost?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I know
Oh
he threw
my
out the tweet.
mercy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, talking about a good player that would fit, you know, because look, when Hart got here, and I know we talked for a while, but when Hart got here and my paisano got here, they came off the bench, guys. You got to remember that too, right? Like it was, DiVincenzo and Hart were bench players, what made us so good. And if no one gets hurt, if OG didn't pull up lame in that, and Randall's not hurt, and of course, sorry, I used to call him Mr. Glass, but now Mitch didn't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That we win in 24. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. We built this team to beat Boston. Now we beat the world, right? So now it's about what we need to do. We definitely need to get athletic, larger, lengthier, and we have Alvarado as a backup point guard, but I still would like another combo guard that could dribble, because I like to see JB move around, because I think he is much more of a shooting guard than he is a point guard
Mm-hmm.
pass first guard. And it's obvious. And we
Mm-hmm.
need him to be that guy. Because I'd rather see JB get 40 a night and 3 assists and have another guy get 11 at night and 11 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Much more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'll be, we'll see what happens. There's so many possibilities and probabilities and not probabilities.
Yeah.
But Zuby in the second round, I'm all for Zuby in the second round.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be very, very interesting.
Now, does he play now in your mind, real quick? Does he play immediately?
I think so. I think so, at least a little bit. I think you, I think it's a situation where maybe Huck Porty plays 10, and then you might get 5, he might get 5, and then see if you could just take over Huck Porty. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, a younger, more like kind of like
Yeah. It's like you need to take his job.
agile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we had a great conversation. Always great chopping it up. This time it wasn't with Freezy, but hopefully we hook up with Freezy soon. But where can everybody catch you?
So I'm working on a podcast. Got all the stuff ready for us, called Chopping It Up with Chozen and friends. And I'm not going to give a date on it because I don't want to disappoint, but it's something I'm working on heavy. Obviously, you could catch me with Orange, with Uncle Freezy. We do Mets stuff together, the Mets Lounge and the Shay It Loud. And I rock with Ron. I rock with Divine and Shaw. You could catch me on Fritz show sometimes. I hear you just catch me when you can.
Yeah.
That's I'm more like I'm Leonardo DiCaprio on this son of a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you're getting extra checks. Send it that way.
Right. The best line in that movie when he hands her the check, she's like, "Oh, I got $400. Even better." Even better. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, you can catch me, of course, producing on the Nick of Time show. This show, we're here all summer, talking business. We're talking, I got to give my Knicks fans the first, we the champs, so we're gonna get first crack at it. But then we're gonna open it up to the whole NBA, see what's going on around the NBA with different types of fans, So stay tuned. You can always donate. There's a couple different ways up in the corner. You can see you can donate, but a like goes a long way. So please hit that like button. It really helps support the show. And I will see you next time on the Nick of Time show.
Definitely. Thanks for having me, bud.